All right, we are setting up the meeting here to go live on YouTube, talking about goal setting and goal achievement. And I never quite know when these actually go live. So I'm just going to talk for a second, and at some point it will tell me that we're live. Okay, we are redirecting on YouTube. It's official. Yay. Welcome everyone, I'm Amy Walker and thanks for coming to my channel today. I love helping small business owners and entrepreneurs be able to create simple strategies to help their businesses grow. And I am a serial goal setter and I have missed many goals in my life. And after a few years of really getting frustrated of missing goals, I figured out some strategies to help me be able to achieve more of my goals. And so I'm going to walk you through that process that I use today. And if you want, you can have my same worksheet that I use to track my goals. So let me go ahead and pull up my screen share here, and I will show you what this looks like. It is, first of all, not super sexy. You could absolutely make this at home on your own, but why would you spend the time if you don't have to? So let me show you how I get started with this. First of all, I will tell you, I've been reading the book, The One Thing. Let me tell you who, I'll even pull it up and I'll tell you who it is by. The One Thing by, oh gosh, now the text is super small. The One Thing, I can't even read who it's by. It's just The One Thing. So I've been reading the book, The One Thing, and it has really helped me to kind of narrow in and focus in on my goals this year and not try to take over the world all at once. So there's a lot of great information in the book, but the thing that's really been speaking to me and standing out for me is the idea that if you had a bunch of dominoes, like one smaller domino has enough force to knock over a bigger domino and a bigger domino and a bigger domino, where if you could actually knock over like Stonehenge by having a really small domino at the beginning if you had enough things in a row. So I've been looking at, okay, what are the areas of my life that if I could get this one thing moving, it would create this ripple effect and create pretty massive change. So as I've been setting my goals this year, they're not as wide. They tend to be more narrow and more deep. So the very first thing that I do when I start out with my goal setting is I just start with brainstorming, writing out what I want, assigning them to a category, sorting goals by the category, and then prioritizing the goals with the highest amount of value in my life. And I don't work on more than 5 goals at a time. It doesn't mean I won't accomplish more than 5 things in a year. It just means I'm not going to proactively work on 5 things at a time. So I tend to personally, I like to be a balanced human being. And if I don't force myself to be balanced, I go all in one area and I get a little obsessive there. I think this is why, you guys, I think this is why I don't watch TV very often, but when I do, it's like a deep, hardcore binge. I may have 2 weeks ago stayed up until 6 a.m. and then slept for an hour because I was binge watching a new series. So I don't do it often, but like when I'm all in, I am all in, I'm committed. So I purposely set goals in different areas of my life in order to keep myself balanced. So my categories that I work on are spiritual. Let's see why we are not typing here. Oh, this is a view only. Okay. I am going to do this. File, make a copy. This is the one that I made for you guys. So Amy's 2020 goals. And I'm going to make a copy and then I can edit. So as I go through, my categories are, I'll tell you, spiritual, financial, business, physical, and then something that is just because I want it to be there. But you can change your categories. You can have in there what you want. So I have in here for you guys, business goals, financial goals, health goals, personal goals, relationship goals. But you can go through and kind of put in what you want. So one of my business goals this year is I want to hit $1 million in sales. I also want to launch my new author platform. I want to sell books. Super excited about that. I want to hire my team and get everyone functioning in their roles. So these would all fall under business, although they are kind of 2 different business goals there. Okay, so other goals, financial goals. I want to be consistent with investing. I want to have more money in savings. I want to, those are really my two financial goals, honestly. That's it. Well, no, you know what? I'll put this as a financial goal, even though it's kind of related to business. So I want to make sure that I'm really profitable. So I want to personally, out of the $1 million, personally profit 300K. Okay. So then I'm going to look at, so I'm going to go through here and I'm going to say, okay, these are my financial goals. Oh, you know what? I have another financial goal. File my taxes on time. I'm the queen of extensions. I mean, I always get them done by the extension deadline, but like, I want to actually be one of those people who they're filed on time. Okay. And then I'm going to look at my spiritual goals. So one of my spiritual goals this year is I want to read the Bible in a year. Another one of my spiritual goals is I want to spend time in daily prayer and meditation. Another, not medication, that's funny, meditation. And then the other spiritual goal that I have is I want to find meaningful ways to serve and connect with a diverse group. I'm tired of division. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I'm like, we should be talking to people who are not just like us and learning how to love each other and, you know, be one. Okay, so I'm going to put these under personal goals, even though for me, that is spiritual goals. I'm putting them under personal goals. Okay, physical goals. Finish my, you guys are going to think I'm crazy, but finish my mung bean soup cleanse. It's it's a healing cleanse that does a lot to like boost your immunity and help with focus, helps with weight loss, helps with a lot of things. And I'm doing it and it's not gross. So I want to finish my mung bean soup cleanse. Okay, I also want to play tennis. I'm going to say 12 times this year because last year I think I played 3 times and that was sad. I also want to walk each day while my kids ride bikes. Okay, so that's a health goal. Oh, and mung bean soup is a health goal. Got to get it in the right category. So then, so that's my physical. So I have physical, I have financial, I have health, business. I have business, financial, health, personal health goals. What am I missing? No, I have them all except for relationship goals. Okay, so relationship goals. So for relationship goals, I would love to go on a trip with me and the hubs somewhere cool. If you follow our channel, our 20th anniversary was in December and we had a great day, you guys. Like just spending time together away from kids, away from business is fun, but we literally just went on a drive. So I always pictured our 20th anniversary being going somewhere cool and like we're on a beach or trekking through Europe or something. So I want to go somewhere cool. So that is a relationship goal. Another relationship goal would be daily couples prayer. And weekly dates and continue to grow in love and support for one another. Okay, so these are things I want this year. So I've kind of put them into all my categories. Now is the fun part where we take the principle of the one thing and we apply this. So now I get to look at, okay, what is the most important thing to focus on? Like if I focus on this one thing, it will create that ripple effect and all of those other things will like fall into place. So I am going to actually choose a number one priority for each of these areas. Okay, so number one with my business is going to be to hire my team and have everyone functioning in their roles. Now, here's why this is my number one focus, right? This year is leadership. And I have a great team, but I am in too many areas of my business still. And if I want to move to the next level, then I've got to be able to get all of my team up leveling. So I'm really focused on leadership right now. I have most of the right people on the team, but just getting everyone working well, getting everything synced, making sure that I'm following through with leadership and being a dependable leader. That's kind of my focus. Because if that happens, that will knock over so many little dominoes that will take us to the million in sales. If that happens, that will also free up the time that I want in order to be able to pursue my writing career. So even though like what I'm most excited about this year is launching my fiction author career, what I know needs to happen in order to make that happen is me getting my team structured and solid and in place. So that's going to be number one. And then from there, you can prioritize the rest. Then when I look at what I want to be most consistent with, I'm going to put be consistent with investing as number one. And when I look at the personal, I'm going to put daily prayer meditation as number one, because when I'm consistent with that, I'm like really good in all of the other areas. And when I get inconsistent with that, then I get forgetful in the other areas because I am not perfect and sometimes I am selfish. So human nature, right? Okay, so then when I look at my health goals, I honestly feel like this mung bean soup is my number one thing because it's kicking my sugar addiction. It's helping me get more energy. I'm not getting that afternoon slump. So I'm excited about it. That's going to be my first thing. And then once that's done, I can move on to something else. It's not a mung bean soup for the rest of my life cleanse. Okay, then when I look at my relationship goals, I feel like weekly dates is where it's at for us. Like if we are, you know what? Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the most important thing. Because when we are going out and spending time together weekly and like unplugging from everything else, we are just more in sync with each other. So I'm going to put that as number one. So now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go to each of these goals and I am going to type in what goal number one is. So I'm going to do business first, and I'm just going to snag this over here and I'm going to transfer it in. So this is my monthly goal: hire my team and get everyone functioning in their roles. Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to break this down into weekly action steps. I'm not going to show you that because I don't want this to be the world's longest, most boring video in the world. And maybe, I don't know, I've not made a video like this. So if you're liking it, hit the like button and leave me a comment. If you're not liking it, that's okay. We can still be friends. You can still subscribe to the channel. You might like the other videos better. So I'm going to go through and I'll break each one out into a weekly action step, and then I'll hit a target date. I'm going to put in here a budget, like what is the budget to achieve this goal? And then I update on the status. And so I'll show you, for example, on this one, the first one was hire another, well, first week it was post the job that we need to hire. Then the second week it was I'm interviewing. And then the third week is going to be extend the job. And then also with this, I've been doing more than one thing a week, but the first week I posted the job and I worked on training systems. So I am training my existing team on systems. And then this last week is we got to work on team communication. And so then we go through and we set a budget, like we had a budget of $250 for hiring. Now I can go through and I can do my status updates, and I can say this one, actually the job posting is completed. And I have been training on working on systems. Interviewing is in progress. And so I can just kind of go through and do that. And then I can state the health of this, like, are we on track or are we behind? And I can go through and write that. So it will show you if you're on track or behind. Then I just go through and I do this with each of my goals. Now I'm going to stop the screen share. Okay, now you will notice it is January, what are we, 13th today? It's January 13th, and I'm not done with my goal setting. It's okay. Like, here's the thing that I have learned about goal setting and goal achievement. Sometimes we put so much emphasis on goal setting that we don't make our goals. And I have found that goal setting is a different skill than goal achievement. So goal setting, it requires vision, it requires inspiration, it requires getting clarity on the desires of your heart. It involves like waking up your inner childhood dreamer who believed that anything was possible and spending some time thinking about what you really want. That's kind of what I've been doing the last couple of weeks, is some soul searching. So while you're in that phase, it doesn't look like a lot of forward momentum and progress. And that's okay, as long as you follow it up with the other side, which is goal achievement. So goal achievement is what we're doing right here. In order to achieve a goal, you have to take the goal, you have to make sure that it has clearly break it down into a SMART goal. Is it measurable? Does it have a timeline? Okay, like how can you know if you've achieved it, and figure out how to narrow that down more, make sure it's the right goal for you. Then you've got to create the action plan behind it, and you've got to track it, and you need some accountability. So that's the difference between goal setting and goal achievement. Goal setting is getting to the point where you have the SMART goals. You're dreaming, you're getting clarity on what you want, you're breaking it down, you're setting SMART goals. Goal achievement is going to be now putting it into an implementation plan, tracking your progress, actually putting effort and work in, and then finally having some accountability in place. So I would love to give this to you. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link in. If you want this, again, you guys, it's nothing that you could not make on your own. Well, let's be clear. I couldn't make it on my own. So what I did was I went to my team and I was like, hey, this is what I want. Can you make it cooler? And then they sent it back to me a little bit cooler because I'm not an Excel master. But maybe you could make that on your own, and that's totally fine. But if it saves you some time and it makes it easier for you to get actually into the action part of your goal setting, then it is my gift to you, my friends. So go ahead, click down below. I'll leave it in the description and in a comment. And so you can go ahead and get that and get started. If you want some accountability, here's my advice. Come join us in our private Facebook group, Acquire. It's a great place to connect to other like-minded entrepreneurs. Come on in and see who's working on big goals, who has things that they want to accomplish this year, and find yourself an accountability partner. An accountability partner is just a peer that you guys hold each other accountable. You check in each day, you see how you're doing, you give each other feedback, and you rock and roll together and crank out some really amazing things. That is it, my friends. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks so much for